Day 10, 10:28 a.m. The group have been awake for 21 minutes. Most of the housemates are in the bedroom. Yesterday, Jackie became the first person to be evicted from the Big Brother house after the public voted to save John. Jeremy, John and Bridget are in the living room.
He seems a lot happier today, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's perked up a bit.
I think he's quietly glad he wasn't the first voted out.
No, he wanted to go.
You're so wrong.
They said,
really wrong.
they
So
said
wrong.
don't swear he was off.
Effie.
You are so wrong, Bez.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a show, though.
No. You want to
think
sit
so?
down here.
I don't think so.
Nah, he wanted to go racing today.
Did I?
Yes, he wanted Booby
He's saying
with
Booby's
2 copies of the racing
He was so
films.
happy, mate. He was like, Booby's got my racing case for going up tomorrow morning.
He really reckoned.
You ain't going nowhere, mate.
Yeah.
You're staying here with us.
Yeah.
7 to 1.
I'll Tom.
Here, have some
Can I have a
tea.
cup of yours?
Of course you can. You have a cup.
Lovely, lovely. Oh, set me up for the day.
Very welcome. Very well.
Thanks, John.
And as always, you put the milk in last.
Always.
Always.
Yeah, last night I slept well, but I think it's because I had a few beers, John.
Yeah,
and
good, yeah.
I think it sort of knocked me out a bit, and the lack, and you know, that
And the lack of lots of other sleep.
vile woman having
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, God.
Such a relief to me.
I promise you it is.
And it probably was a bit of mean of me to cheer like that in front of her, but I thought, well,
Well, I just couldn't face it.
it was my revenge for her telling me.
Foul creature she is. Whatever else we do, we agree on that. Oh. Absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible.
So, in theory, every day now until we leave, we should either be nominated
Yeah,
or
we should be,
evicted,
yeah.
which makes things a bit more...
A bit more interesting, yeah.
It just feels like things are moving on,
Yeah.
because you're either got the potential to be out that night or the next night.
Well, yes, yeah.
11:03 a.m. Kenzie's in the shower. Lisa's helping Bridget move into the private bedroom.
You know the night she was supposed to change? We all changed our sheets. She didn't bother. So those are all clean.
Okay.
You lucked out, right?
God, she's a dog, man.
She's just a minger.
That is incredible.
Caprice, Jeremy, Bez and John are in the living room.
I've got washing up to do as well. Fucking hell, we've got so much
Yeah,
on.
we've got a lot to do. These are a bit...
Time is it?
This is Big Brother. This week's nominations will be taking place in 1 hour's time.
Perfect.
Oh, God.
I think I'll go to bed at 12 o'clock sober as a judge and fucking fuming.
Why do you get angry, though? I don't understand.
I just got angry about fucking Jackie and
Right.
that situation and...
Yeah, but you were mothering her. But you were mothering her.
Yeah,
and
no,
not-
I weren't getting angry about the mother. I'm getting angry about her sleeping all the time, doing fuck all.
Yeah.
And special treatment, you getting your fucking cola and all that, you know what I mean? I was fucking
Who's
angry
got-
about all
I
them
didn't- I got
things,
special
man.
treatment with my cola. What are you talking
Fucking
about?
right, you did. I would have never given you a cola if it was up to me.
Well, I fight. I fought for my rights. They're my contract.
We don't want to have a create an atmosphere today because we've just got into a situation here. If you
Yeah.
don't mind, guys.
Yeah.
We want to get our exercises underway and.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Caps, should we start?
You want to start? Yeah.
Yeah, because
sure.
Ken's. I think he thinks we're starting, so I think he's going to take his time getting ready.
Okay, cool.
(11:57 a.m. Lisa and Jeremy are in the bathroom. Kenzie, Bridget, Bez and John are in the kitchen.
This actually smells like real coffee.
Lisa's getting really stressed over nominations, isn't she?
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah, man, she's having a bad time over it.
Yesterday, Caprice took part in a secret individual task and was shown a tape containing footage of the other housemates talking about her. She's in the diary room talking to Big Brother.
How are all the housemates feeling now there are only 7 housemates left?
It's definitely better today. It's definitely better. Everyone's still a bit drained from yesterday. But the energy, the morale, everything is a lot better. When there's such negative energy in the house, it's a bit draining. And there were a lot of insults, there were a lot of dramas, and it was just a really draining day. When I saw the tape and what John had said, and I just thought it was really, really unfair, especially after knowing someone only for a week, and it was very hurtful. I talked to John about it in front of everyone because I don't want to talk behind somebody's back. I'd rather talk to them to their face and to get it out, and I did address the situation. I did address what I saw in that little room right there, what he had said about me. I addressed it. And we had it out, and it's much better now today. I feel better that I got it out. John is very quick to judge people and to insult people, yet he doesn't really look within. He just snaps at other people, he attacks other people. And I thought it was really unfair. The trick is that we all have to live together, and whenever there's tension, it affects everyone. So for me, I just have to kind of keep it in because because I want to work together as a team. You have to keep your sanity.
12:30 p.m. Big Brothers gather the group on the sofas ready for nominations. Each housemate will be called to the diary room in alphabetical order and asked to nominate 2 housemates for eviction. The 2 or more housemates with the most nominations will face a public vote this week.
Subsequent.
Yeah, subsequent.
Would Bez come to the diary room?
This one as well.
It's interesting that they say your nominations cannot be influenced by any other housemates. Well, of course your nominations are influenced by the other housemates because that's how you arrive at a decision.
That's how you arrive to your decision, yeah.
But they mean by telling, but I mean, of course they're going to be influenced.
Bez, please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
Yeah, my first nomination is going to be Bridget. And the reason why I'm going to nominate her because she's only got 10 cigs left. And I can't stand grumpy cig smokers when they've run out of cigs and getting all moody. I see potential trouble down the road once they've run out of cigarettes. They just become a nightmare. And I don't really fancy a nightmare in the house. When you've got an addiction and you run out of the stuff you're addicted to, then you become grumpy, moody, bad-tempered and all that, them sort of things. And I just think it'd be good for the harmony of the house to get rid of all the cig smokers. And it's good for the kids to see people not smoking.
Now could you give the name of your second nomination?
Yeah, my second nomination is Kenzie. The reason being, he's a really cool kid, man. And I definitely see him as being a little favourite on the outside. So that's why I put him up for a nomination. I'm just playing the game and I'm in it to win it. Because I wasn't at first, but now I've decided that I may as well try and go for it seeing as I'm here. So the best way forward is to try and get rid of all the firm favourites.
Rich did the floor in here yesterday, so that's fantastic.
Things like that.
It's so easy when you fall in love.
I don't think I'll ever work you out properly, Ben.
I know.
Exactly, you need to run the point through the program.
This is Big Brother. Would Brigitte come to the diary room?
I will.
Pre-snack.
Yeah.
And then it's me.
Don't you know the alphabet? I thought you
I'm trying to work out the names.
My first nomination goes again to John, basically for the same reasons that I said the other day, by the fact that I'll never get over how he has been treating all the housemates, and for the insults and his way of speaking mostly against women. He said, I'm gross, I'm disgusting, I'm ugly, which is one thing, I have too many lines, change your hair. And it's probably time for him to take a good look in the mirror and take a look at himself first before he actually gets on to everybody else. My second nomination goes to Bez, because Bez is a difficult human being. I think he's not really actually feeling very well. Last night he really wanted to jump over the wall and get out because he couldn't handle it. He's missing his joint, his weed or whatever it's called. And, you know, he was just very uneasy, very uncomfortable.
Yes, sir. I can booby, booby, booby all night long. Yes, sir. I can booby. I can booby all night long.
Booby's gonna be worldwide when we get out of here.
Worldwide,
She's
baby.
like, worldwide, man.
Well, as long as she's there with my suitcase, she's all right.
John, Bridget, Kenzie and Bez all have one nomination each. Caprice is next to nominate.
Okay. My first one is going to be Bez. Last night, he was dying to get out of here. He was thinking about jumping the wall and going to a pub. And he gets like this when he drinks, right? But last night was pretty extreme. He just had enough. And so he wanted to jump the wall and to go down the road to the pub and then come back. But the only reason why I'm nominating is because I think he wants to go.
Now, could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
My second nomination is John, again. One thing that really gets me going is if somebody feels a certain way about me, then come to me and tell me and let's talk about it. But to say something behind my back, that really, that upsets me. And then I had to bring it up with him. I had to address this problem with him. He snuck like a little coward behind my back and he told you. If he has a problem with me or if he doesn't like something about me, then come and talk to me about it. Don't go behind my back.
They told us just to wear a little top.
Yeah, they're
a little
told.
bikini. And then they gave us these plastic shirts and a helmet.
Jeremy is next to the diary room.
I reckon I've been the quickest up to now. What do you reckon?
You were really fast. What is your strategy?
I can't tell you, can
Oh, God, I wish I know.
But it's the one where nobody can ever think it was a backstabber.
No. Whatever I say to everyone knows already. And that's super important. That's really important.
My first nomination is Bez. I feel really bad about this because I really like Bez. He was going a bit loopy last night. He was all talking about going over the wall, going clubbing in Watford, and getting back in again, which I think is quite hilarious with no money. You know, I never would. If this was yesterday in the day, I never would have nominated him. But there's been a change in the last 24 hours, and he's getting very tetchy. He's moaning about the food and about this, and like today, you know, doing the shopping. Me and Ken's put all the shopping. It's not a big deal. And he was just lying there, you know, watching, and he's just not bothered, and it's just like, oh, I'll just help myself to food and not contribute, you know. My second nomination is Bridget. Now, I know I said I'd never nominate Bridget. I know I said that, and that makes me a liar, which I'm not, normally. But she's run out of cigarettes. Oh, my Lord. Hell hath no fury like a smoker with no fags. You know, and she's going to be snapping away. You don't want to be on the wrong side of her, you know. I like her. She's a wonderful woman. She's also very large, you know, strong, you know. Yeah.
Oh, Russell! Oh, babe, he was the worst driver on earth.
You won't believe it.
Bez now has 3 nominations. Bridget and John have 2 nominations each, and Kenzie has 1 nomination.
This is Big Brother. Would John come to the diary room?
Go on, John.
I wonder if we're going to get a tough task now that What's-Your-Face is gone.
Yeah,
I want
good
to put someone a
point.
bit challenging.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a bit more.
I'm not nothing wrong with sticking around as a member. It's like
Something a bit, yeah.
I love it. John just steamed in.
oh, that was hilarious.
My first nomination will be Brigitte, wrapped up in herself. I call her the meringue, not to her face I don't, but she's a meringue, and if she was, she'd eat herself, totally wrapped up in her life and in what she can get to eat and everything like that. And of course she looks like a bit of cream on the top of her head and everything. You know, the image you have of Brigitte, some men out there might sort of fantasize and think, you know, put a black mask on her, have a tiny leather miniskirt with braces down just covering her chest, and black boots and a whip and all that sort of thing, the sort of S&M saga and all that sort of thing. That's not Brigitte. She sleeps with her teddy bear. Well, it's cute, it's lovely, isn't it? You know, that is Brigitte. My second nomination is Jeremy, My problem with Jeremy is first the blandness, but then blandness wins these kind of competitions. It doesn't offend anybody. But I think he just lacks any depth at all. Knows nothing about politics, knows nothing about sport except for playing it. So all he seems to do in life is do his filming, go to the club with his mates, and there seems to be nothing inside the man. I think very boring.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mexico at the start of the year, skiing in the winter. I think, yeah.
It's winter now, though.
No, spring, pretty much, isn't it?
Kenzie is next to nominate.
Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there.
You ski, right?
Yeah. I've never snowboarded. I've never tried that. But I like
It's
skiing.
difficult to learn.
Please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
Yeah, my first nomination's John. Obviously, he had his 3-day silent treatment, which he says is a protest, was for us against Big Brother. And it just didn't come across that way. In a sense, it kind of brought the vibe down a bit, because me and him did get on quite well. So it brought the vibe down, it did create tension, and some housemates did get quite upset about this. He just don't really pull his weight as much as he could. I don't do that much, but he does less than me. My second nomination's Bez, because there was quite an argument over dinner, and he kind of defended Jackie, and I didn't really agree with that. And he kind of had a go at everyone for not giving her the respect because she's older, but she was really disrespectful to everyone. And I can't really think why he offended her so much, because she was really rude to everyone, so everyone kind of had a right to be. He gets a little bit agitated when there's not much alcohol about, or if he hasn't had enough alcohol. It's nothing personal to him, he just tends to get a bit stressed when he hasn't had enough alcohol. That's it.
Bez now has 4 nominations and will definitely face a public vote this week. John and Bridget have 3 nominations each. Jeremy and Kenzie have 1. Lisa is the last housemate to nominate.
Oh my God, my dream last night I put lipstick on.
You didn't.
Really proper girls
That's
lipstick
a bit disturbing, actually.
That's maybe something going on
That's
there.
it's making a change.
And I just said it on TV.
Yeah, well.
First nomination is John. He's still finding it harder than most of us to work as a team, I suppose. Excuse me. To work as a group. He's finding it hardest to fit in most. We all kind of got our little thing going on, and he's sort of still on the periphery. I mean, I've kind of had enough looking at John and his big wife fronts, and John talking about boggies, and John sort of lying in bed and his wife fronts with half his duvet exposed. So yeah, I've had enough of the vision. Now it starts getting harder. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like this. I'm gonna nominate Bez. And I don't have a reason. I have more entertaining and interesting and meaningful conversations with other housemates than I do with this particular person. And he's slightly messy. Doesn't pick up after himself. He'll leave a cup and leave it. And it will stay there until someone else picks it up. And, you know, it's not a diss to him, it's not how I live. We're in a very confined space here, and therefore we all have to, for me anyway, keep it tidy, because otherwise you're going to go nuts. It's a real sort of cliche of tidy environment, tidy mind, and it's really appropriate here. It really is.
God, I haven't had that in so long now. Limoncello.
Lisa and Caprice have received no nominations. Bez has 5 nominations and John has 4. They'll both face a public vote this week.
Done. Out of this world. Cool, let's go.
Okay.
Let's do a bit of drying and have a munch, hot tub sauna siesta. Boom!
Let's go to the bathroom. Can I go?
Goes to there, man.
2:36 p.m. It's been 45 minutes since the group nominated. John, Lisa, Kenzie and Jeremy are in the living room discussing who'll face eviction this week.
Now, Lisa, that's not a farewell bouquet for me, is it?
It's beauty.
I don't think you'll be going anyway, mate. I wouldn't get your hopes up.
I can't wait to see tomorrow.
John, I don't.
John, I wouldn't get your hopes up.
I'm out tomorrow.
Me and the rest of the nation.
I'm out tomorrow.
Do not get your hopes up.
I'll put a wager on that.
John.
It might not even be you nominated.
It will, of course it will.
Yeah, probably, but...
The two nominations are me and Bez.
How do you figure that?
I don't know about
It's me and Bez.
How do you figure that, John?
Well, I think a lot of people will have sympathy for, not here in the house, knowing what a tough time he's going through and all that sort of thing, and say he wants to go, really. So I think, well, that's what I think.
I'm getting there soon, please, people. I'm pretty up for it pretty soon.
I'm not saying who I've or anybody's nominated, but I think me and Bez are not as strong as I was with Jackie and me with certain things, but it's me and somebody, and I would make Bez favourite.
Oh, no, I think anyone that goes up against you is going to lose out to you.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
John, don't get your hopes up.
Quote that back to me when you're still sat here.
I won't be still sat here.
Monday morning.
I won't be still sat here.
Next Saturday,
I would bet a lot of money on that.
I'd put a lot of money that don't get your hopes up for Sunday. That's what I'm saying.
3:35 p.m. Lisa and Caprice are in the bedroom. Bridget and Kenzie are in the living room.
When do you reckon we'll be eating next, Bridge?
What's that?
When do you reckon we'll next eat properly?
When are we all going to eat probably next?
I'm talking about 5?
Yeah, something like that.
Bez and John are in the spa area.
Jolly voting.
Because now we've just like fucking changed the whole atmosphere in the house, going soft, man.
Oh, thank goodness it has.
Because they broke the camaraderie, because there was a camaraderie shit going on whilst it was
No,
soft.
that wasn't. It's not. Don't kid yourself. They're all plotting, they're all scheming, they're all doing what they can to win. Don't kid yourself. Have a nice day. They're only being nice to you because they don't want. They know you've got to vote. That's why they're even trying to be nice to me. He's still got to vote.
Yeah, he's got to follow.
So that's the reason. That's all they're doing is plotting and scheming. Some more than others, but that's what they're doing. And rightly so. That's what the game's about. Should never be taken in by they're only being nice to you because you've got to vote. They couldn't care less about you. All they care about, you've got to vote, and you could help get them out. No. There's no camaraderie or anything like that. There's none of that.
There's a little bit going on.
No, there's none of that. None of that.
But, yeah, I don't think anybody's really got a proper strategy, you know what I mean?
They have.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. There's some real cookies out there. Caprice, Jeremy, Lisa. 3 definitely right in. But Kenzie hasn't. You really haven't. I haven't. There's the other one. I think the other one is now. But Caprice, Jeremy and Lisa are very, very working it all out. Thinking, planning, scheming, whole time. Everything they do, when they join in the games, when they do the washing up, it's all part of impressing the audience that they're doing this, that and the other. Whole thing.
6:38 p.m. Big Brother has set the garden for today's task, the Big Brother Ghost Train.
How are we feeling, team?
Yeah, we're good. We're going to win this.
The housemates have been provided with costumes and face paints in keeping with the task. Each housemate must navigate the train around the course blindfolded while the rest of the group shout directions. Housemates have 20 minutes in total to complete the task.
Wicked, I'm definitely up for a train drive.
There are 2 bridges on the course. Each housemate must pop 1 balloon under each bridge using their spiked helmet. If they burst more than 1 balloon, a 30-second penalty will be taken from the total time the group have to complete the course. Bez is the first to board the ghost train.
Forward, keep going forward, keep left, no, not forward, back. Forward, straight forward. Best left, back, left. All the way left. Stop. Forward, left.
Bez completed his lap in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Next in the driving seat is Kenzie.
The bit in front, that's it. Go on! Forward, right. One forward. Forward. Keep your head down, you want to pop another one. Good. Forward.
He successfully completes the course with 14 minutes still on the clock. Bridget is next to drive the ghost train.
A little bit right, okay?
It won't stop this.
Goes out.
Stop! Guys, I'm scared. It won't stop. It's broken, this thing.
Okay.
Just go right.
Go right. Forward.
Stop.
That's a bit. Can you get one of those? Yeah! Forward. Well done, Bridge. Come on. Stop.
The group have 5 minutes left. Lisa and Caprice have successfully completed the course without incurring any penalties. Jeremy is now driving the train.
Stop. That's it. They're on your left.
As he popped 2 balloons at once, Jeremy has incurred a 30-second penalty. John now only has 3 minutes and 27 seconds to complete the task.
Go, John. Nice gentle movements.
Well done,
Jeremy.
Come on, Joe, it's all on you now.
Jeremy's got to put it on, but shut your door first, John. Don't panic, John.
John,
my advice is nice gentle movements and listen to
Yeah,
Jeremy.
very gentle.
We will.
Yeah, of course, John. It's going to be me talking to you. You're all good. Okay, you got the blindfold on?
Gentle movements.
Now, tap it to the left, tap it to the left, tap it to the left, tap it to the left. Tap it to the right. Come on, John. Just tap it with your hand to the right. Press it to the right. I'm sorry. Is it moving anywhere? Try moving anywhere. We'll get it moving again. I'm doing my best. I'm sorry.
I don't think
John, you've definitely got hold of the joystick, yeah? Yes. Okay.
Right, touch it back, forward, anyway.
Anyway, we're trying to try and get it moving.
I'm trying anyway. I'm trying. I can't help it.
No, John, it's fine. John, it's fine.
Help it.
John, it's fine. It's not a problem. If it's not working, it's
moving.
not...
The bloody thing isn't moving. I can't help it. It's not moving.
Okay.
What am I doing?
John.
Stop it. Calm.
They can't. Not a problem. It's not moving. You're absolutely right. It's broken. Big brother, we have a problem.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's not. The joystick isn't working.
Get out.
Mission control.
John, it's not a problem. It's not your fault. Blindfold. Take the blindfold off his eyes.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
All right.
Okay, well done,
Well done.
This is Big Brother. Today's task is now complete. Big Brother will check the ghost train, and if a fault is found, housemates will not fail the task. Housemates may now return to the bedroom and are free to remove their costumes.
Thank you.
Let's do in the shower.
7:26 p.m. John's alone in the bedroom. Caprice and Kenzie are in the sauna.
Oh my god, do you feel it?
Yeah, well. I felt that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
We can make it be proud that we got it nearly up to 50.
Bridget and Jeremy are in the kitchen. Bez is talking to Big Brother in the diary room.
And how are things in the house today following last night's eviction?
Well, it just seems to be a little undercurrent of sadness going on, as some description. I don't know what it is, but everybody seems a bit low today for some kind of reason. I don't know why. I think it's because they might be struggling psychologically with the eviction process. I don't know why. You know what I mean? That's how people get in it, I suppose.
Following today's nominations, who do you think may be up for eviction?
Well, it's like I was saying to John, it's I can't remember the sign now, it's 5-6 to 1 on, fucking whatever it is, you know what I mean? I think everyone's got as much and as least chance as everybody else, you know what I mean? But I'm a feeling that like John does, I think it's possibly me and John, and I agree with John on his forecast. Because I'm forecasting the same as him. I just feel like it possibly is because I've not like made no pals in here or like bonded with anybody in particular. You know what I mean? I'm just going my own route. If I won, I wouldn't say, "Oh God, I don't want to win," but I don't see it. I've got a chance of winning. You know what I mean? I'm up against big names. You know what I mean? Better known names, better known faces. I'm just little old me doing my little old thing, man, and that's it.
"8:56 p.m. All of the housemates are in the living room. Bez is cooking dinner for the group for the first time since they entered the house. He's been preparing Toad in the hall for the past 56 minutes.
Oh shit, fuck me. That's too hot, that.
Slightly.
Like, put that on the top shelf a bit. I can't
Shall I
believe
just leave
that.
it there or put it up?
Oh, I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna have to turn the heat right down a bit. There's one of them fan ovens in it.
You can have it without the fan.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want a grill without a fan?
Yeah,
Do you want just grill?
No.
That was on the grill. It was grill.
Is it grilled?
Yes.
Fucking hell. Ruined it, man.
You haven't ruined
It's
it.
okay,
Look,
Bez,
it's worked,
stop.
no?
It's okay.
It's
Fuck's
worked.
fucked right up, man.
No, you haven't.
Bez, it's fine.
That's
And keep
fucked
it-
now, man.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, it's well fucked.
Not necessarily.
Fucking hell, I
honey
thought
pie.
you put the oven on there, Jess, man. You put the grill on.
I did put it on oven.
It's on grill, honeys.
With the fan?
It was on ... which is grill with fan.
Yeah, I
Fucking hell. That's fucked that right out the fucking window.
It's all right. It's on oven now.
Bez.
Surely it can be saved. It's on oven now. See what happens, right?
Fucking can't believe that shite oven, man, as well, you know what I mean? Whoever put fucking electric in there is a diver.
All right,
Poor old Bez, trying for his life.
Yeah, but it's mine. I put
Nah,
the
just
oven
leave
on.
it.
Just leave it.
Yeah,
Let
just
it
put
cook
the...
underneath.
It comes right
Just
down
not
the
turn
line.
them. Just
Yeah,
leave it.
just see if it's cooking out.
Oh, sorry.
Bez, I'm sorry if I put it on wrong. Obviously, it was.
May as well just fucking sling the fucking hook.
Come on, Bez. I know you wanted to make it nice, sweetheart. Don't worry, we'll still eat.
It'll be okay,
We'll
Bez.
still eat.
It's
We'll still
fine.
eat.
Can't you make a new
Yes.
mix
Yeah,
on it?
the
I know it'll
sausage
take
is
a while, but-
okay.
Shall I do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Your fault, Jess. It's an
It is
easy
my fault if I
fucking
did the wrong
mistake,
thing,
you know
but
what I
I'm
mean?
sure I.
It's an accident.
Yeah, forget it. Just forget it.
It's an
Nobody's to
accident.
blame.
All right,
Nobody's to blame.
You do the batter, I'll take the sausages out, okay? Yeah?
Yeah,
Making
man.
you batter.
Yeah.
9:05 p.m. All of the housemates are in the living room. Bez is making onion gravy for his Toad in the hall.
Right, Bridge, good?
Yeah.
More?
No, I would put a little bit of milk in there, but...
Bit more milk? Tell me. No, tell me. More milk?
Maybe less dry, I don't know.
Yeah?
Oh, dear.
Have you ever cooked for her?
No, never been in the kitchen. My father never went in the kitchen, and I've never, ever... This is not my place. As I said, territory. That's what it is, territory. You don't invade. Never invade the woman's territory. I'll give you a lesson in life. Most murders, right, are what they call domestics. 75 or 80% of murders are family, uncles, friends, and all that kill each other. Most men are killed in the kitchen, and most women are killed in the bedroom, right? Because women, in the kitchen, they're the territory, they're the master. A man comes and says, you haven't peeled the potatoes properly, you go and stab him like that. And of course, in the bedroom, it's the woman taunting the man, oh, you can't get it up 15 times, you're useless. So that's what happens. That is an absolute statistical fact. That domestics, and so don't go in the kitchen, you won't get murdered, is the answer, by your wife.
Okay, guys.
Right, so
We're
should we
ready.
cut this? You want to cut this?
Yeah.
Well, I've cut into four, that, because there's a big one in there,
Alright,
isn't
got
it?
it.
Should I just serve the peas on each plate, guys?
Right there, babe.
All right, wicked.
Beautiful.
Great. I like the big one. Oh, the big one. Lord, look at
All
that.
good, yeah?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
We're not sure how many sausage there is each. There's 7 of us eating sausage.
I'm going to take one for now.
Right, and Catherine
Well
on the way.
done, the best.
Is that still in the kitchen?
Top man, go.
Well done. This looks great, Bez.
Don't forget the corn there as well.
Yeah, but we'll get on a spoon.
Yeah.
It'll stick to the
Oh, I see, right.
Top man, bro.
Look at that.
Oh.
Yummy.
10:11 p.m. Big Brothers lock the group in the bedroom while the ghost train task is removed from the garden.
I want to see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest as well, with Christian Slater.
Yeah, another success story of mine.
What?
I was just saying another success story of mine. Well, I was in a film with him and then I got cut out of it. I'm on a roll.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no, I had a brilliant year last year. But this year's going to be a brilliant year.
This year's going to be a brilliant year, 100%.
It hasn't started off very well for us, has it?
This is Big Brother.
God, that scared me.
The results of today's task are as follows.
Bothered.
Big Brother has examined the ghost train and discovered that during John's lap, a fault developed
There
in
you
the ghost
are.
train.
There you are.
And consequently, John's lap is void.
Thank you.
Therefore,
We
with a
passed.
final total of 15 minutes and 57 seconds, housemates have passed today's task. The bedroom is now open.
Wait. Oh, thank goodness.
As a reward for passing today's task, Big Brother is throwing the housemates an Austrian-themed beer keller party with food, costumes and a beer keg.
Hello! We've got a fucking beer tap! Oh my...
Shut up.
Okay. Oh my God, okay.
Jeremy's bar. Jeremy's.
Oh, God, I'm going to blame me if we'd failed.
Thank God for small mercies, eh, John?
Thank God for
Excited
that.
I can't say. Oh my God.
Oh, bruv, get me one ready! Get me one ready!
Oh,
Beer
thank
tap.
God. Oh,
Beer
lovely.
tap,
I could do with a nice pint.
Oh, a joy to behold.
Oh, I could do with a nice pint. Oh, splendid.
Beer tap, mate.
Let me get me woolly on.
What a fucking result.
Yes! No, we're having a Heidi party.
What is
Caprice,
this?
that's your outfit. We're having a Heidi outfit.
Oh my
Heidi
God,
party.
we've got Kalukovas!
Yeah.
Look at you guys, look! Oh my God, this is brilliant!
What's that saying?
Lisa, boys. We're having a big party. Oh my God.
What is this?
Look at this!
Oh, I'm loving that. Loving that.
La 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 la.
Ah, let's go get dressed.
Fucking hell!
Hey, let's see.
Oh, I love this.
But where are the hats? Where's my hat?
Did you get a hat?
Do you have any
I
hats?
got a hat.
Did you get a hat?
Yeah.
Only one hat?
Oh,
I think it's a boy's
Oh, my
hat.
hat.
This is totally cool.
La
And the
la la
stockings,
la la
yes.
la la.
Yes, yes.
La 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 la.
you just want to go. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Lederhosen. Lederhosen, is it?
Oh my God.
Well, come on, mate. Stand in front.
Oh.
More sausages.
Honestly, the food I don't really like, honestly, there.
Oh, sure.
No, well, no, looking honestly, it's
John, I'm
got...
not hungry, mate, so...
No.
None of us are hungry.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have to wear them up like this?
Come on, Basil. But he's not getting dressed yet. He's heading straight to the beer.
Come on, do you really think I would?
Come on, Bess, get dressed.
Yeah, I don't want dresses, no German. I don't like them.
I promise you.
I fucking hate.
It's
I
Austrian.
fucking hate the Germans, man.
10:48 p.m. The group have been enjoying the beer keller party for 33 minutes. They're on their first tankard of beer.
They do look after us.
I have to burp.
Come on then.
Burp, girl. That's
First
what
one
they
to
do in
burp. Let's have.
Austria.
Do they?
With beer they do.
Okay, wait, let me,
So
let
let's
me
have a
take
burp race.
I do the
First one to
shittiest
burp, come on.
burp, so.
Me too. They never
The
come
word,
out
they're
really
like, they're fluffy.
colourful.
They're not, they're not deep and big.
No, exactly, like they should be. They're not like a truck driver's burp. Yeah, you see
Yeah,
that
like that. I want to do like that, but louder.
Yeah, it just
I
has to
can't
run
do
a
it.
circle.
All right.
Okay, ready? That was good.
Oh, that was really amazing, Caprice.
Come on. It's not going anywhere.
What are you going for? To fill the whole thing?
Yeah.
Just get rid of the head. Just get rid of all that. That'll go
One
up to about
soldier.
there.
Cheers, mate.
I got a beer drinking band, and all you do me pity. This is great! Jagga-jay, 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 jagga-jay. I feel good. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, if James...
Yeah! Woo!
That's in the lead.
I felt that one right here.
That's in the lead.
Champion of the competition so far.
Yeah!
Here, like this.
Go on, Kens, you join me. I can't dance. You dance.
Oh, fuck! We got, okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ow!
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Kens, you're a dancer. Get in there.
I'm not a dancer. This is not my style. I'm happy with my band.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't dance.
Oh, right, Danko.
Hey!
Hey! 12:14 a.m. John's been in bed for 1 hour and 18 minutes. The rest of the group are in the living room. They have just finished their keg of beer. Big Brother has been playing party music into the house for the past 12 minutes.
I possess some say oppressed when the mic goes through the rest of the microphone. I'm holding up into the lyrical, you can't be stolen when we all snap.
Love me to attack. Come on, Jerry. On my beat. I will attack. And you want my back.
Oh my God. That's like Jim Carrey.
Joya.
No, baby, no, I'm fine.
That's mine.
That was mine.
I can't believe you had that up here, man. That's.
I know. That was
I was getting all. I thought we had.
We've run out.
I've stopped the. I'm all right. The cake's gone.
Out, man.
They brought in like a. They brought in like a.
One of them little
20
fucking.
pint cake.
It's not even a 20 pint cake, that, man.
These are 2 pints to go, right?
I'm seriously fucked off now, man. Getting something like that, man.
I've been up all night.
I thought I was in for the night, man. Did you? Hey.
People who can't dance should get random applause.
I've made a career out of not being able to dance.
Well, this is German. They've been played all German.
2:09 a.m. Most of the housemates have been in bed for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Bridget and Bez are the last housemates up.
Can I tell you something, Bess?
Go on.
You're so young. You've
I'm
got 2
not-
great kids. You're still a good-looking guy. You could fix yourself a little bit, you know that.
Well, of course I can, but you know, being.
No, I'm just telling you.
Go on, go on.
Can I tell you completely what I think?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Okay. Instead of wasting money and bullshit, fix your fucking teeth because you got a great smile.
Teeth are fucked, man. I know that.
I'm telling you, I'm a fucking Danish Viking. I'm telling you how it stands. You are too hooked to a life still, even though you've got your sons and you want to do a lot of things. Especially in this house, it eats you up. You really want just to get dosed or whatever, to just to fucking get away from the whole thing. That's why, since you can't do that here, you can't. You can take your bags and leave and go do it, but you can't jump over the wall, and you certainly can't.
I won't do that, Bridget. I thought about it.
Do you see what I'm saying? So.
Last night I really wanted to go out.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
it
know.
really, you know what,
Do
man?
you realize that every now and then, like now you're talking to me and your eyes are really pretty? But sometimes your ice gets like this.
Yeah, no, I get sense, man.
You have to really get with the program, I'm telling you, Lovey. And that is not only your kids, this is your love life. And it all is down to you. Are you willing? Are you ready to go on? Are you ready for a new ride? It's not as colorful in your eyes, but it's brilliant. And it's much more intense than anything you've ever had if you do it right. Do you get me?
Aye, what you're saying, Bridget.
You're a drug addict.
Yeah, man, all my life, since I've been a young
And
man.
if you could get over that, step by step, you would not be running. You know what? You'll be holding on to your fucking beautiful girlfriend and look at your kids and cry a little bit, go to bed and hold on to her and say, thank God I'm still here and I didn't run.
The day I give up is the day I fucking lay down and die. But I'm
And you
not about
will
to
never give up,
man.
so try and do it right. I don't know
I'll
how
never
to...
give up. Bridget, that's one thing I can tell you. I'll never, ever give up, man. No.
Well, try and help
I've
yourself by making certain arrangements
I've
with
never
yourself.
considered once ever giving up, man. I'll never will, you know what I mean?
I understand, but I still believe, honestly, Bess, there's certain things you just have to just take care of. I don't know.
Who stays? You decide. To save Bez, call 090 11 32 33 01 or text Bez to 84444. To save John, call 090 11 32 33 06 or text John to 84444.